Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Dodgers Roundup. Well, there's no two ways around it, folks. The Dodgers are playing terribly. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the Dodgers are a terrible team, but I am saying loud and clear that they are playing horribly. There's a difference. Now, after coming out of the gate like gangbusters, running 13-2 at the beginning of the season, since then they've tripped and fell and have yet to get up off the floor. They show occasional signs of life and then they flop right back down flat on their faces and look like a team that can't find a way to win. What are the reasons for this? Many. Injuries are number one top team killer. I don't care how good your team is. Injuries are doing in this team. Not, all the way from itty bitty out for a couple of days with a contusion, all the way to Ballinger with like some kind of mystery fracture in his leg. Who knows when he'll be back? And all the way to season ending Tommy John surgeries for starting pitchers like Dustin May. It's all across the board. Mostly that has been the cause of the Dodgers' fall. But there are other factors at play here that they do have control over, and that's horrible defense in numerous games from players that we expect much better, and the return of the horrible in-game management of Dave Roberts. But before we lean too much on Roberts, defense. The manager doesn't play in the field. Those guys are out there and those guys are making mental mistakes, physical mistakes, misplaying balls. What's going on with Corey Seager? Is he playing injured? Is he just playing sloppy? Nobody knows the answer to that one outside of Corey Seager. When you have a good enough ball club, all you have to do is maintain the steering wheel so that they don't go off the road, and you're going to win more often than you lose. Any manager in the major leagues can do that. But when your team is struggling, when your team is devastated by injury, when your team is making too many mental mistakes on the field, when your team needs the right decision at the right time in a close game, that's where the manager matters. And I'm going to spend a second on that because, look, you had the Dodgers get up off the floor with a 16-run blowout of the Atlanta Braves. And then what does Dave Roberts do? He takes one of the hottest hands, Beatty, who I don't know how many RBIs he had in that game, 6, 7, and then he sits him the next day for a doubleheader. Sits him, hottest bat, one of the hottest bats, sits him down. Did they lose a doubleheader just because of that? Well, I'll tell you what, it didn't help them win, did it? So, what's the end result of all this? The Dodgers are going to overcome this. They're a better team than that, but they are going to have to ride out this bad wave of bad mojo. Let's see what happens when they finish up this road trip and they get home to some home cooking, which usually is a good remedy for a losing streak. So let's hope that they get back on the rails quickly before the division starts to run away from them, because both San Diego and San Francisco are very serious about taking the division. So Dodgers, we've got faith in you. We just don't want it to be that close in the end. All right, so here's hoping that the boys get well very soon. And why not start today? All right, thanks for watching. As always, go Dodgers. Peace.